welcome to another episode of SunRaye and MadWack. So today is not a react video, but we put some posts out on Facebook and asked people to ask us questions. So
today we are answering those questions.
So let's see how deep everybody got. Alright, so the first one is for Jessy. I guess kind of both for both of us. When are we both coming to Ohio for a show?
Ohio.
Whenever we can go anywhere outside of our 50-mile radius.
That is one of my most requested places to go, believe it or not, though. So I think that if the opportunity arises, that'll definitely be one of the first places we'll have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely top 5, if not 3. So as soon as money hits, bet I'm gonna come see you guys.
So another person said same, but Western Washington. Same answer.
Same answer. I just want to know, I'm not going to name names, but that first question is actually asked by a promoter. Ooh, so you know what that means.
Alright, your turn.
Alright, so this question is for my wifey. Yeah, definitely. I'd love for y'all to touch on the afterlife and what happens in a spiritual sense.
So, I know there's many theories out there. Reincarnation, afterlife, spirit guides, what have you, whatnot. I do definitely believe in reincarnation and having past lives and stuff like that. I look at death completely different than most people would. You know, like most people are like, I might never see them again, stuff like that. But I look at it as like, here on earth in our human form, this is a journey. This is where we learn a lot of skills and stuff. And I believe that like in the afterlife, we're just all love. It's just all love over there. We don't have any resentments or anything. Like, if we can let that go, it's good and it's happy. And I don't know, because I don't know. I don't think any of us will truly know till we get there. But I think we have a choice to reincarnate or to be somebody's spirit guide. I have somebody who I knew in life that was really close to me, my grandmother, my granny, and she's my spirit guide now that she's passed away. My cat is really messing with our stand right now. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys, I'm literally going to show you guys this because I don't want you to think that I'm over here laughing at my child. Okay, look at her. So all of this camera shaking is because she keeps bumping this table, which our phone stand is on, playing with
the box.
Just boxes. Yeah, just our boxes. Our junk. Yes, you. So, sorry guys.
It's distracting for me too,
it is
so
distracting,
sorry.
and I am not laughing at you, okay? I'm laughing at the damn cat.
Okay, but yeah, so that's a little bit about the afterlife. Yeah, this is a journey, and the afterlife is another journey, and, you know, we continue to keep journeying, and, you know, it's just all been one big journey.
Journey. Makes you want to listen to some Journey.
Don't stop believing.
I don't know. I really don't know for myself. I have multiple ideas, and I don't know which one I stand firm on yet. I kind of believe in reincarnation because I believe that I was a megalodon in past life. I really do. I even have the mermaid leftovers.
The
remnants, the gill. Is it this ear? I actually think it's this ear.
Nope, it's your other ear.
It is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could see that little hole right there.
I don't think they can. Donate
Look into my ear hole.
Donate to the podcast so we can get better cameras.
Anyway, there's a little hole right there. But if you Google that scientifically, they, I don't know if it's scientific, I retract that part. But if you Google it, some scientists believe that it is a leftover evolutionary trait from when humans evolved from whatever it was we evolved from, whether it be mermaids or just animals in general. Because, you know, not to offend any God believers, but if you are the type of people who believe in evolution, we all came from water.
I believe that.
Through
evolution.
And you know what? God had to make that first little, like, symbiote bacteria blob thing. You know, hey, it all works together. I excluded no one.
Here we go from asking about the afterlife to talking about evolution.
No, because I don't want it, like, it's a spiritual question, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know where I stand on this, because I do believe in reincarnation in a sense, but another part of me kind of thinks that when we died, that it might, maybe this is a part that I'm scared of, is that when we die, it's just kind of lights out.
I
legit
can't.
Just nothing. It's over. Did the show end? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I've seen too much. I've seen too many ghosts and spirits to believe that it's just lights out. I do not think it's lights out. I think it's a whole bigger, wider experience.
All right, so that's our next question for you, actually.
What?
Okay, hold on. It's written as if you wrote the question. So hold on. What is your scariest paranormal experience?
Okay. So I had just got done doing a Reiki session and cleansing someone of a demonic entity. Okay. I'm a Reiki master, for those who don't know, so I do a lot of energy work and a lot of energy healing, and I can do it remotely. Well, I had done this session remotely, and this was, I think, in the first year that I could do it remotely. And I did the session, and she had a demonic entity attached to her, and I did Reiki, and I got rid of the attachment. That's not the part that scared me. What scared me was that night I had a dream that I was in a bedroom, and this closet had like a mirror, you know, those closet doors that have mirrors on them. And in my dream, this mirror was just shaking. These closet doors were shaking, and it was because this evil witch was trying to get out. Okay, remind you, I'm a witch too, so... But,
This is the kind with the mole in the hat.
Yeah, like, not really, but it's scary. She had crazy hair. Yeah, okay. But she was trying to get out of the closet, and she was screaming at me. And when she finally got out of the closet, she was in my face screaming at me. So in my dream, she was screaming at me. Okay, so I woke up in the middle of the night from that dream, and it scared the crap out of me because it felt so real. Like, I could feel her breath on my face, and it just felt really real. So I was awake, and it was in the middle of the night, and I'm laying there in the dark, and it just feels like 1,000 pounds are on me, and I have eyes on me from every angle. Like, I can't see anything because it's dark, and I'm blind, and I'm not wearing my glasses. But it felt so scary. Like, and it was when I first started, so I'm like, oh great, like, did this demonic entity get attached to me, and this is how it's scaring me, or, you know, whatever. And I talked to my Reiki master, and she actually taught me how to disconnect and protect myself, and I haven't had anything weird like that after a Reiki session in a long time. So it's all about protecting yourself and knowing what you're dealing with. That's my most scariest paranormal story that I can think of off my top of my head. I have a lot of ghost stories, a lot that were scary, but that's
talk about me
one of the top.
Getting distracted and jumping topics. You're supposed to tell them about your scariest story, and you're like, and this is how you do this, and that's how you cleanse your this, and that's a...
You gotta explain the settings.
How do you know that's not a question?
I understand.
Huh?
Okay.
No, what if they want to know what my scariest paranormal
experience is? Yes. What is your... Oh, yeah. What is your scariest paranormal experience?
Legit, guys, it happened like 4 or 5 days ago. I seen my first orb spirit.
It was more than an orb. The way you described it was more than an orb.
Well, you tell me.
You saw a spirit.
It was a light thing. It looked... Okay, I don't know how to describe it. Let me see if I can, like, try to describe it with the best I can. So, it was like a light. Anyone who knows what an orb is, it actually kind of looked like a firefly. If you were to see a firefly, kind of go like this across the house. But it didn't start from one end of the house. It just kind of came out of thin air, and I was the only one who saw it, and it just kind of floated a good 3-4 feet into the front of the RV. And it was not a firefly, okay, because I've seen those before, and it came out of nowhere, and it was somewhat translucent in a sense, I guess you could say. Best way I could describe it visually. But, and I don't even know if it was scary per se, but I want to say it's scary for me because I don't have these things happen. I've only had one other ghost encounter, and they touched my butt, and that was just weird. Okay, touched my butt. But this one was scary in a sense that I reacted the way it made me feel emotionally. I didn't know what to... I just started crying. I was scared. I didn't know. I just out of nowhere, we weren't talking, we were watching something, and I looked at her and I'm like, babe, I don't know what the hell just happened, but I don't know, and that was the only thing I could get out before I just started crying. I explained the rest. That's
exactly how it went. You know, she just... And the way she explained it to me, like, she was like, it just came out of nowhere, and it was like this to the front of the RV, and it was just gone. And she got very emotional, and she's like, I don't know why I'm... Like, she was questioning why she was reacting like that. She's like, I'm scared, but I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know what that reaction was, and I think it scared me because I think I'm like, holy shit, I just saw one of my own, because I'm hearing her talk about it all the time, and I watch podcast after podcast with her about this stuff, and I'm not so much a non-believer anymore, but I'm very more lean that way in general, and whatever this was, I didn't even have time to question it. Like, I can verify even after I went through, and after the emotion struck, when it happened, the emotion just hit, and that's how I know it was some kind of supernatural thing. Because after I even was like, well, could it have been a reflection? Could it have been this? But I sat here and I watched, and there are cars that drive by, and none of the lights reflected the same way. They didn't. It was not the same, and the emotion was... It was intense. Whatever the hell it was intense.
Alright, next question. If you could make a hybrid dino, what parts would you use?
For sure, I would have to have that raptor claw. The big claw on one hand. That would have to be a must. At least on one hand, if not both. Because that's cool.
That is really cool.
I'm gonna have to put some serious thought into that and maybe turn it into an artsy-fartsy artwork. So for now, I think you're going to have to just settle for the best I could come up with, and honestly, that would be the Indoraptor currently, because I'm a sucker. He's badass. Real hybrid or not, like, he's part raptor, he's part T-Rex, he's got, like, some weird fish squid gene in him where he can mutate and change colors, and God only knows what else, but like top dog right now. So until I can come up with something cooler than that and artsy fartsy of myself, this is the best I can give you.
It's a really bad question for me. Something with wings and spikes and really sharp claws. And I want to be a carnivore.
Wings and spikes and sharp claws. Yeah, you just named every single species. Every type of dinosaur, the flying kind. They all have wings, obviously. Pterodactyl or a... No. I know too many of these. I can go on listing dinosaur names forever. No.
Okay.
Good lord. What are the different types of clairs and how to identify each one? Yep, that's all I do.
Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. There are like 9 different clairs. I can't even pronounce half of them, so I highly encourage you go look them up. But a lot of them are like clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. You see things for how it is. Clairaudient, you hear things, like you get premonitions through voices and stuff like that. I don't remember the terms, but there's also like clair smell, clair touch, clair taste, like you eat something and you can see something, you smell something and you can see a spirit that it's associating with, things like that. The emotions too, you can pick up on people's emotions and stuff like that. So that's my honest answer on that. Period.
So there are different types of clairs. There's only one type, and you identify them by the different locations of malls in which they're located.
They are now in Walmarts too.
And Walmarts. That is how you identify each one.
Oh man.
This one is for both of us.
Okay.
How did we meet? And what was the... This is 2 questions I was waiting for you to answer, but if you want me to ask it all, I will. How did y'all meet? What was the I'm gonna love her forever moment?
Okay, so we met when I was in high school. I love this story. Okay, so yeah, we met when I was in high school, and I went to school with her older brother. And he just told me that we were looking for someone in an ICP shirt. And I was like, all right, cool. So we see somebody up against the tree in an ICP shirt. And I was all, damn, he's fine. And my friend goes, dude, that's my fucking sister. And I was all, oh, damn, she's fine. And that was the moment I knew I was gay. Because I was all, oh, okay. And, you want to tell the second? I looked
just like this too back then, by the way.
Yeah. You want to tell the second part?
Wait, where'd you stop?
Where we re-met. Oh, I stopped where we first met when I was in high school.
So the second part, I guess, that was it. I think we crossed paths a couple times, but we never really talked or communicated back at that point still. So how many years later?
Like 10 years later? 8 years? Yeah, 8 years.
8 to 10 years later, out of the clear blue, we met each other again on a dating app. POF, Plenty of Fish. And we talked for, I don't know, probably like a month or 2, and I dodged and dodged and dodged trying
she kept
to
ditching
meet her. She wanted to meet, and I was a scurb. Because, hello, stranger danger, internet dating is scary. Oh my god, you could have murdered me.
Oh yes, I even remember when I messaged her, the very first message I sent her was, aren't you Mike's sister? what's up? And she was all, yeah, I'm Mike's sister.
Okay. Do you know how many weirdos... You had to have known how many weirdos hit you up on that stupid thing.
I remember how many weirdos were on there.
Exactly. I didn't give a shit if you knew I was Mike's sister. Mike didn't hang around with the best of people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, true that.
But anyways... I ditched her and put her off for the longest time. We talked the whole time, but I just, every time the opportunity to actually meet came along, I was like, no, I don't want to. Something came up, I'm not gonna, no. So eventually, one time, my brother calls me up. Just calls me up. He's all, hey sis, what are you doing? I'm coming over. I'm like, alright. He did this all the time, by the way. It wasn't weird. He's like, alright, I'm gonna come over. I'm like, alright, cool, whatever. Oh, by the way, I got someone with me. I was like, what? What? What the hell do you mean? He didn't tell me. I think I had to call him back, or it took like the majority of the phone call before he told me who it was. And if he even, I don't remember if he even told me who it was, but at some point, I put some kind of piece together because I remember busting and running my ass to the other room to somewhat
I think I was
become
texting
presentable.
you at that time, and I think I slipped and was like, oh yeah, your brother's picking me up, or something like that.
Something happened, and it wasn't fully exposed, but a hint was dropped, and I remember, like, having this uneasy feeling and booking it to the bedroom and going, and like I said, somewhat getting somewhat changed on more t-shirt.
She wore blue jean shorts, her Adidas shoes, and a black wife beater. I remember that shit. I don't remember what I was wearing. Don't ask
And
me.
by the time my brother had shown up to the house, somehow I had ended up out back helping my grandpa put the a new grill together. So the first time we met was the first time I met was with my grandparents, my brother, in my grandparents' backyard while I was putting a grill together.
Yep.
Trying to play it cool.
And I still love her.
Well, did I play it cool?
Yeah, you played it real
It
cool.
must have worked. And from then on, I think we had a camping trip, and it was done.
It was on the moment I knew I was gonna love her forever. I know this moment. So we were camping, and we hadn't even actually started dating yet, but we were camping, and it was like the second time we ever hung out, and we went camping. Talk about lesbians, move quickly. So yeah, and I remember we went to bed that night, and we woke up, and we were nose to nose. We were literally like touching nose to nose, cuddling, and I was all, I love her. That was the moment I knew.
So, mine was, I am such a sissy Lala. She made the first move too, by the way.
Yeah.
It was that kiss. We had our first kiss at Sloan's Lake. And if you're local from Colorado, you know where Sloan's Lake is. And we had I guess it was our first, technically our first actual date. We'd gone camping, and yeah, like she said, we moved fast lesbians. But no, my brother and I went camping like every freaking weekend.
It was a normal thing for them.
So we went camping, and we had our first date and walked. Did we make it all the way around Sloan's our first date, or did we just wander?
I think we just wandered and sat down under a tree and hung out.
And technically, it wasn't at Sloan's Lake, okay? It was across the street at is like a bank or something.
She met me right after work, and I worked right in that shopping center.
And we both knew what was gonna happen, but I didn't make the move, and she grabbed me by my shirt and just pulled me in and gave me a kiss, and then I got all the butterflies, and I was like, yeah. Oh shit. And then, being the typical lesbian I am, I think I proposed like a month later. She told me no for a while, and then finally caved in.
Yep, I did. Okay, if we could go anywhere in the world, where and why?
I like to go to New Zealand or Australia, mate.
I am terrified of Australia.
I know you are.
Terrified. Because I hear that they have beetles big enough to ride. Could be a total myth. But
no, that's not true. You can't ride them.
It's also like one of the number one places where people go missing. So I'm like, I'll stay here.
I want to see. There's so many pretty parts though, like the wildlife for me. In a safe setting, okay? I ain't like trying to go out there with some weird Steve Irwin wannabe guy. Like, I'm talking an actual legit dude who can show me all of the wildlife out there in Australia and all of the beautiful parts. Not so much the desert, but that's why I want to see Australia. And New Zealand looks pretty freaking beautiful too. And I got some fam out there.
Yeah, we do. I don't know where I would want to go, honestly. I want to go to Canada. I always threaten I want to move out of the country, but I'm like, but where?
I think Canada would be kind of nice.
I want to go to Canada. And I want to go to Chile. I just want to see Chile. We're one of those hotter countries.
I've actually been to Mexico. So I've been out of the country.
Yeah. You've told me that, but I'm pretending to be surprised so the audiences learn about it. I've never been out of the country. Okay, you ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Oh, it's for me.
Are you ready for the next question?
Yes.
What can we do daily to connect to our intuition?
Meditation.
Meditation. Oh.
Meditate.
That's levitation. No hesitation.
But
hustle and meditate.
Meditation seriously is the best way to get in touch with your intuition, because when you meditate, you can connect to your spirit guides if you know how to do that. You can just really connect to yourself, go to your peaceful place, and really get to know yourself and connect to yourself. And that's a good way to connect to your intuition, and document everything, because when you document things, feelings you get, stuff like that, and it happens, you get validated and your intuition gets stronger because you're believing more, you're trusting yourself. You tend to forget, and you'll be like, oh, did I really think that, or am I just thinking I thought that? So document things so you have that validation. Okay, so do you have anything to say on intuition?
Just follow it. Your gut is pretty good at it.
All right.
At least mine is.
So this next question's for you. At what age did you start drawing?
Very young. I don't know. As soon as I could pick up a pencil, I don't know what age, but it was early. My grandmother was an artist. She painted a lot. So, as long as I can remember, I started out tracing a lot of things, and then I would kind of look at the picture and try to draw the same picture, that type of thing. And I really started kind of putting more focus and effort into it. I want to say somewhere in middle school, if not end of elementary. I took all the art classes. Believe it or not, I actually failed my art class. My teacher hated me. She was a bitch.
They usually are. Why is that? Like, you're in the most zenful freaking position, and they are assholes.
So not zen. She looked like a witch, babe. She really did. Like, oh gosh, she was a horrible woman. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm sorry. Anyways.
So you start focusing on it when you were in middle school, okay?
But yeah, I just started really kind of just honing that talent in middle school.
Alright. I don't really draw. I started drawing more when we got together, but I don't really draw that much anymore. I paint.
You're really good at painting.
Thank you.
All right. This is actually a question someone asked.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why do we park on driveways and drive on parkways?
Because we're dumb.
I can't argue that.
How many times when we first got Deadly would I call people's parkways driveways?
Wait.
Didn't I used to do that?
People have park. What?
Like I'm
already confused.
Call people's driveways parkways. Like, I'm gonna park in the parkway. I mean driveway. Because I just think it makes more sense.
I guess I don't remember that. But it does make more sense.
Maybe it was just a thought I had in my head and didn't verbalize it out loud.
No, it's the proverbial question.
Mm-hmm.
And because the human language is hard.
The American English language is hard.
Well, I don't speak any other languages, but I feel like they're probably got some weird shit going on too. This is another us question. And again, this is actually a question. Do you want to ask this one?
Oh my gosh. Which one of us has the longest crack? That is for me to know and for you to never find out.
Yeah, I don't think we've measured.
No,
if we were to
I don't
guess.
think I've ever. Probably mine. You're tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a big booty, but yeah.
Huh.
How big is your crack? Don't answer that.
Yeah, no. No, I want to know. Whip out a ruler and measure how long your crack is. I don't want any further details, but how long is your crack?
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments.
Alright.
This is another us question. What's your favorite movie?
There's too many. I hate that question. Empire Records.
Dur.
Dur.
But I have a lot too, but that's one of them, obviously. All of them. And next in line would have to be Jaws, the first one, and Twister. Mm-hmm. This one's for you.
Okay.
What got you started in all of this, and how, and all of this, and able to read people? All of this as in Reiki, I'm guessing.
It came to me. I've always had things in my life. I used to get warned of death. I have always seen spirits. I've always kind of been able to read what type of person people are. I've had little premonitions here and there in my life, but I've always disregarded it all. And then I had a life-changing experience, and I had a spiritual awakening, and I was learning about energy healing and chakra balancing and stuff, and then I learned about Reiki. And they always say with Reiki, when you seek it out, you can't find it, but when you're ready for it, it'll find you. And that's exactly what happened. I had been looking on how to learn about it and how to do it myself, and I couldn't find any answers. And then one day I found out that one of my family members was a Reiki master, and I asked her, hey, can you teach me this? And she gifted this upon me. I'm now a Reiki master, and that really heightened my abilities on being able to read people and see spirits and connect to the energy fields and emotions and stuff like that.
All right, there's actually a follow-up question as well.
Okay.
How are you able to do it in person?
Doing it in person, I don't know how to answer that. How do I do it in person like this?
I guess you'll have to book a session and find out.
Yep.
But
I will say though, I don't really do in-person sessions unless you live near me and I can do it at your place, because obviously we live in an RV, so I don't have space to do it in person. But I can do things over video chat or remote. All right. We are down to our final question. How many dinosaurs do we have?
Okay, so a lot.
1 billion.
I actually have an entire video for you right here. I was asked how many dinosaurs I owned, so I was not prepared for this question. I thought I was, but I'm not. So here's some video of that. So there's that. And I know for a fact I missed some, so if I come across those before this video is posted, I will add those extra numbers here. And I also wanted to save one of the best for last, so tag one more because there's one I'm not wearing, but this one too. That's how many dinosaurs I have. So that is not the conclusion of how many dinosaurs I had, because like I said, I did forget some. Here's a pin. I found a pin that is on my backpack that I take everywhere with me, my little bag. And these Altoids also are in that bag that I take everywhere with me. They are my carry-along dinosaurs. So for anyone, in case you were wondering if I have dinosaurs on me at any given moment, at any given time, the answer is yes. So to update the count, we have 2, 3,
There's a cute.
4, 5,
So many in there.
6, 7, 8 more dinosaurs to add to the final count.
That is so cute. I love that.
And yes, they all fit in this teeny tiny little Altoids.
That is really cute. So I have a friend that I reconnected to when I was working at this gas station, and she found out Jessy loved dinosaurs. So every time she would come and see us, she would bring her a little mini dinosaur.
Mm-hmm. That is how I acquired probably, I don't think every single one of them, but at least 99, 98, 99% of these. But yeah, I think that's just adorable.
Like at least 50% of her collection has been gifted to her, if not more.
No joke.
All right. Good. All right, guys. So that concludes our questionnaire episode. If you have questions for us... Questionnaire.
Questionnaire.
So if you have questions for us, drop it in the comments of this video. If you have us on social media, send us a message with some questions. Look out for posts that ask, do you guys have any questions for this next episode for us? Always look out for that. And you can ask any kind of questions. Questions about us, questions about what we do, what our beliefs are, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Yep. And like she said, it may be weird and awkward, but it's not weird and awkward for us. Go ahead, and if you just kind of say what it's referring to, go ahead and just send a message. Be like, hey, I had a question for your next Q&A podcast or episode or whatever this thing
Questionnaire.
Just go ahead and send it. It may sound funny, but it's not. We'll put them in our little book, our fancy little book that we got here, and we will do this again. So please, if you have questions, like she said, drop them in the comments, DM us. There's email links everywhere.
Oh yeah,
all that fun stuff.
Definitely, probably here, and here, or here. Just kidding. I don't know. But yeah, like this video, please, because seriously, without your likes, we don't get seen very often, and it'll help in the algorithm and help us get seen. So, like, I can see that I have 25 views, so hit that like button so I have 25 likes. I would really appreciate that. And subscribe to the channel. Make sure to turn your notifications on so that you know when we drop an episode. We're kind of random. This is kind of random. It's all kind of random, so we don't have a schedule.
And we take turns, so make sure you sub both of our channels, because we kind of alternate here, and sometimes she will do an episode, sometimes I will do an episode. So to make sure you're not missing out on anything fun, make sure you got both of those channels subbed.
Yeah, we do a lot of other things too. I have a podcast about ghosts. She has a podcast with music. She is an artist herself, so we have a lot to offer. Go check it out. Get entertained. Get creepy. Get spooky.
Get hype.
All right, that's it. Keep it creepy, y'all.